Hola, bonjour, guten Tag. Hello, my name is Diane Benson and I am here with you for this month's LLK12, Learning with the Library, kindergarten through 12th grade. And this month we are talking about language learning resources available at the library. As a reminder, LLK12 is a program that we started several months ago that looks into or kind of provides some of the resources available here at the Blount County Library that can help you extend your child's education for homeschool parents. It's a good way to homeschool for cheap or free because all of these resources are part of our community and they're here and they're something that you can use as parents. So today, as I mentioned, we are talking about foreign language learning, and this is a fun topic. Some of the things that I've looked at when I've been looking at this area is not just all the different languages that we can learn and the resources available to help us do that, but kind of the greater picture. For those of you who want to take different angles into the foreign language concept, you can look at even our language, English, and how it developed and what parts of English come from foreign language. You can look at it from a linguistics perspective, how our language has changed over time and how words, their meanings, and how we use them in society changes over time. We have new words, we have words that change as we go. Aside from that, when you're studying a foreign language with your student, it also provides insight into different cultures. Almost every language learning program that I've looked through over the years has also included a large section on the culture and that society. And so you're learning about a different people group too and how they respond, and sometimes the cultural differences between people around the world and how sometimes that shows up in language. We also know that some languages have many, many more words than we do for love, is an example. Some languages have all different words for love to mean whether it's a romantic, intimate love or whether it's a friendship love or a parent-child love. So all sorts of things that you can learn about people by studying their language that you're going through here. Some other thoughts just in general on learning a foreign language is that a lot of high school students will need to take 2 years of foreign language. A lot of colleges like to see that if they're college bound. But you really can't learn, in most cases, a foreign language in 2 years. So I do think it's beneficial if you can start earlier, and we've got a lot of early resources for younger kids as well. But also, the other thing that the 2 years of foreign language do for high school students is it's also kind of like a brain training exercise. So it's not just the fact that you're learning a language, it's that you're also kind of training your brain to think in other ways. It's an exercise for your brain is one way to think of it. And then I also find that students tend to learn more about English grammar when they study a foreign language. So come on down to the Blount County Library and look at all the resources that we have available to help homeschooling parents, parents who are extending their education of their students and teachers, all the ways that we've got to help you learn a foreign language. In a little bit, I'll also be going over some of the electronic ways that you can access foreign language learning resources from home. So come on. All right, one good way to learn a foreign language is actually to read in that foreign language. And this kind of develops a different side of your brain, a different side of learning the language. But we do have a foreign language section at the library here, and you can read classics or a variety of books in a foreign language. So we've got 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and this one is in French. And we've got To Kill a Mockingbird, and this one is in Spanish. And obviously we have a lot of other ones. Many times when you're using this way to learn a language, you're going to sit there with the book, but you're also going to have access to a foreign language dictionary. And what you'll find is as you go through and you're reading the book, over time you're going to be looking up less and less words because you're more and more going to get the gist of what they're saying. So one thing you might want to add to your foreign language learning is actually some foreign books in a foreign language. Let's move on and look at some of the resources that are available electronically for foreign language learning. And so the first place I want to start, as always, is here at the Blount County Public Library website. So this is a good place to kind of go to get to all of these other places. So some of the things that you can do. The first thing I want to show is in the card catalog. So let's go ahead and click on the card catalog. All right, and in the search here, I'm going to search subtitles. Click, and I am going to look for DVDs. All right, so now, because this is another fun way to learn a language, is to watch a movie in a foreign language. Sometimes it can be an actual foreign film. Sometimes it can be a film that is in English that maybe is dubbed in a foreign language. Or again, you can watch the foreign language and watch English subtitles to learn. So lots of ways that you can use it. And sometimes movies are just a fun little break to do things a different way. So again, I search subtitles, and then over on the right, I click DVDs. So we can see, just so you can see what type, I'm going to click on this one, Indiana Jones, going to click more. And then I'm going to look at the bibliographic information. And under show mark record, I'm going to kind of do that. And you can scroll down to see the different languages that is available in, and the subtitles that you can look at. Spanish language films, Spanish language subtitles, all of that. French film, French subtitles. So you can select on DVDs to watch in different languages or to have different subtitles. So just a fun way that's a little different, kind of give you your mind a break, maybe if you're studying foreign language through a lot of books and listening and repeating, to enjoy a good movie and see how much you can pick up. And usually if you watch that movie more than once, you're going to learn more and more of that foreign language. So just wanted to mention that because I think that's a real cool resource that is available through the card catalog at our library. Right, so we're going to start with streaming services. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. And then the first one that I'm going to click on is the Hoopla. And we are going to look for, what we're going to search here is foreign language. Right, so you can see here that we have different ebooks, we have music in foreign languages, so lots of stuff that you can access from home to help you on your learning of foreign language. Is 100 German short stories for beginners, 100 Italian short stories for beginners. So again, different ways to learn when you're looking at this. So I encourage you to get into Hoopla and look at some of the options there. Next, I also want to go over to streaming services and want to click on Canopy here. And Canopy is another place that you can look for movies, videos, etc., just about any variety of topics. As I've mentioned before, anytime you're getting into the movies and actually books and all of this, you just want to be mindful of the sensitivities of your family relative to especially what you're giving your children to read. So just make sure you're aware of what's in there too. So in Canopy, you can search for a variety of different foreign languages. I'm just going to do one a program that I've enjoyed doing with my son in the past, and that is Muzzy. And we have the French, the Spanish, the Italian, German, English, a whole variety of different languages. And Muzzy system is a really fun way, especially with younger kids, to kind of start the enjoyment of learning and kind of make it fun. So just wanted to mention those opportunities also. We are going to go to the Tennessee Electronic Library. Okay, and Tennessee Electronic Library is free to all residents in Tennessee, so lots of good resources for parents and teachers and students here. So just a couple ones that I kind of want to show you is, let's see, we're going to start with I'll start with the young kids. If you go in the elementary school and you specifically go down to Pebble Go, look at the Pebble Go resources here. So this is science and social studies, but they present different topics both in English and in Spanish. So you can do science or ciencia, or social studies, or estudios sociales. Don't know if I said that right, but it just gives you another option. If Spanish is the language that you're trying to learn, this is a fun place you can go with the younger kids to kind of look at the resources. And they also learn another topic. So they're learning also their social studies or their science in that as well. So Pebble Go's fun. Go back to the Tennessee Electronic Library, and we are going to then click on language learning. And this is something that is amazing here that we have. We have different resources that are in different languages. This one is in Spanish and Portuguese, different scholarly journals that you can read. We have transparent language. We have some other resources that are available in the Spanish language also. Pebble Go I just mentioned. So the one that we're going to talk about today is Transparent Language Online. This is a really cool resource. If you were to like kind of buy some of the resources to learn languages, they can get pretty expensive. And that's another reason why if you can utilize some of this free stuff at the library, it just opens the world to you and to your student as learners. So I encourage you to take a look at the Tennessee Electronic Library. We have quite a few tutorials on how to use this. Let me go ahead and click in here. You will need to sign up to use this. I'm going to continue as a guest right now, just so that you can see. So you create an account, you don't have to pay for it, but this just so you can see the variety of languages that you can choose from to learn with transparent language. So some of them have different dialects available. And that's kind of interesting because we certainly have different dialects between British English and American English. So it's kind of cool that you're able to look at the different dialects that are all available. Some of these, you'll notice that under it has a Kids Speak available. Kids Speak is a program that is more user-friendly for little kids, and it has more cartoons and might be something that's kind of fun for them to start with when you're looking at a language. So lots of opportunities to dig in here when you're looking at these different languages. All right, and the next thing I want to show you, and we're going to put this link below, is video that has been put out about transparent language online. It's an introduction for Tennessee residents, and it is about 35 minutes long. You can look for specific topics in there, but it is going to go through all the specifics of how you can learn, how you can use it, how you can use transparent language with younger kids, how you can use it for older students. It has links for teachers and parents so that you can learn more about different ways to expose your child to language. You can get information on the research about learning foreign languages for children and actually for adults too. So I just encourage you, I'm not going to go through and repeat everything because they've done such a good job of putting it in here. So we'll put this link below, but if you really want to dig in, this is going to give you a wonderful overview of transparent language. I've been in there. My son has been using some of these programs in here, and the feedback that I'm getting and what I'm seeing is they're very user-friendly, and they do a good job, really, of introducing you to the language and giving you an opportunity to practice these languages. I've mentioned universal course classes in a few of our LLK12 videos in the past. all sorts of cool things. They do not specifically have courses on learning a specific language. So you're not going to see learn French, learn Arabic, learn Russian or Ukrainian or German or Spanish or any of that. But the reason I just wanted to mention it is that it has some good supplements to a foreign language study. So if you're studying a certain culture or a certain language, you might want to look at cultural studies. So Japanese cultural studies. So while you're learning a language, this gives you an opportunity to learn more about the country. You can pull in a little of the geography of the country, again, the religion, the careers, the history, etc. And then if you go down to the end, it's going to recommend other ones like Chinese cultural studies, Spanish cultural, French. And then always a fun thing when you're looking at other cultures and studying other countries is you got to do something with the food. And so I encourage you to maybe get some recipe books, and we have those here at the library as well, and maybe in your kitchen cook up a foreign dish that corresponds with the language that you're learning. So again, just to reinforce, lots of good information available here online through the Blount County Library. Tennessee Electronic Library is free for everybody in Tennessee, so that is a resource that is available to you. And if your students are in college at a different county, they can still access that resource also. All right, so thanks for joining us today for LLK12, Learning with the Library K through 12, Foreign Language Learning Edition. And I hope that you join us next month when we cover college preparation. Thank you. You tell I miss my library people. I'm being very silly.